All right, welcome back, fifth graders. We are starting our journey through Be a Recorder Star. We're not starting at the beginning because you're not beginners. So we are going to start on page 11. There is an 11 with a star up to the right-hand corner. There is a PDF that you have been sent, so please refer to it. Hopefully you're going to refer to it as I give you the lesson. We are learning how to play high C. It shows you with a recorder icon or picture what high C looks like by shading in the holes. And next to it, it shows you what high C looks like on the staff. So if you take your hand staff, I'm going to put my recorder down. If you take your hand staff, you remember that the space notes spell a word, F-A-C-E. We've been messing around a lot with B, A, and G. Remember that A was the space note in between the B and the G. Now we're above B, above the highest line note that we've learned to play, and we're now looking at this space note right above B, which is C. So you gotta remember, you can always refer to the beginning of this text. It shows you the line notes, it shows you the space notes, it reviews quarter notes, half notes, eighth notes, whole notes, and all of that. And I would highly encourage you to go back and look at it. But I'm gonna take you through the lesson without doing that. So, starting with exercise number 1. All right, remember the first thing I always tell you is ask yourself, what is the meter? How many beats per measure? We see a 4 over a 4. That means there's 4 beats per measure, and the bottom 4 tells you that the quarter note is worth 1 beat, 1 count. So in this exercise, I see nothing but half notes and whole notes. That's not scary. Half notes and whole notes, we can do that. So let's speak it in beats. Nice elongated sounds. Are you ready? 1, 2, together speak the rhythm. Beat, 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 beat. So now we know the rhythm. As hopefully you were speaking the rhythm, you noticed a recurring pattern. Notice how the first 2 measures are exactly the same as the second 2 measures. Always when learning a song, look for repetition, look for patterns, look for repeated patterns because it's going to help you understand what's going on, as opposed to reading note for note. We don't read letter for letter. We don't even read word for word. We read sentence per sentence and sometimes paragraph per paragraph. You can learn to do the same here by listening and paying attention. Okay, so that is all on a C. All right, so what I want you to do is I want you to make an A first, okay, because that's one way to remind ourselves where C is, and then lift that index finger and there's your C. Now, very soft air, put a T in front to articulate each sound. Let's see if we can play it together, or I'll play it and then you play it. Here we go. Number 1. It says repeat. Let's repeat. All right. Now, if you want to work on that a little more to get more comfortable with the sound of C, that's fine. But we are going to go ahead and go to number 2 where it says more C's. Let's speak that rhythm. It's still 4/4 time. Speak the rhythm in beats and beats with me. Here we go. Beat, 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 beat. All right, so there's 2 measures that are the same, but the other 2 are different, so pay close attention. We will repeat this as we play it. Get your C ready and see if you can play along with me. 1, 2, ready, play. Again. Don't forget to breathe in between at the repeat sign. I forgot. All right, the next one, C and A. 4 beats per measure. Speak the rhythm with me. We know that there are 2 notes here, and C and A, are they line notes or are they space notes? They're both space notes. Remember, A is here, C is here. Okay, so it starts with C, the higher of the space notes, and it dips down to A and goes back to C. And then let's see if we can speak the rhythm and then speak the note names, doing the fingerings. So rhythm first. Beat, 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 beat. Thank goodness for repetition here. All right, so speak the note names as you finger them in rhythm. C, A, C, C, A, C. And there's more to it because there's a line below it. All right, let's just play that much and then we'll look at the second line, okay? So first line of number 3, C and A. Let's speak that rhythm for the second line of C and A and see what happens to it. Beat, 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 beat. Let's speak the note names as we finger. Let's see if we can do 2 things at once. C, A, C, A, C. And then it repeats. C, A, C, A, C. Let's see if we can play that. Here we go. Now let's see if we can put both lines together. You ready to try? Come on, let's do it. From the beginning. So they speed up on the second line. That's the only difference. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, I want you to look at Indian Chant. It's number 4. It's a Native American tune. I'm going to play it for you, but I would like you to go through the process on your own. Number 1, ask yourself how many beats per measure. Number 2, isolate the rhythm, count it out like we've been doing. Then put the note names on top. Speak that, finger that, and then look for repetition. Look for parts that are the same, parts are different. And practice playing it. Do 2 measures at once, and then add 2 more if you need to. There's all kinds of ways to practice to put it together. So I'm gonna play it for you so you can hear it because I know that helps some. So here is what Indian Chant sounds like. And then there's a repeat there. I'm not gonna play the repeat, but I would like you to look at the first line of music and the second line of music and notice what you see and hear. I'm gonna go ahead and play it one more time. Second line. Very pretty melody. Notice how I connected the notes with my air. It is a slower melody. Also notice that the first line and the second line are exactly the same. So often in music we repeat ideas just to give it some togetherness, to make it cohesive and sound like it makes sense in some way. It's kind of how language works. So music and language are very, spoken language are similar. At the bottom you'll see number 5, air control. You may work on that on your own. Next week we will start page 12 where you have C and B and then March of the Recorders and then Rockin' Along. And then at the bottom, we'll work through all the way through page 14. And so that's not going to be due to the end of next week. You've got a review page. It asks you some music theory questions, like how many lines does the staff have, how many spaces, if 4/4 is what kind of signature is that? Is that a time signature, a meter signature? I don't know, that might have just given you something you need. A quarter note receives how many beats? Those kinds of questions. So we will go over this page, page 14, more next week. But that will be something that you will do on your own. So between this week and next week, we will be going from pages, whoopsie-doo, pages 11, which is where we start C, high C, all the way through page 14. And we'll stop before we get to a new note, which is high D. All right, so that's all the recorder we're going to do today. Stay tuned for a ukulele lesson as well, reviewing the basics, maybe even a little bit about tuning it. Ooh, it's fun though. Everybody needs to know how to tune their instrument. So we will do that. I will go over that with you. I'll make a video on tuning. So look forward to working with you. Please practice 5 to 10 minutes a day if you want to see results. Go over the songs we did today, and if you want to look ahead, if you are advanced and this is way easy, please by all means play ahead. You may go as far as you want to go. If you aren't so sure, just review one of the things we did. Review playing B, A, and G, and review high C. Read one of the exercises if it's really challenging. So I want you to tailor it to your needs and what you're capable of doing. Like if this is too easy, please go ahead. If you are struggling with something, stay on one song or one exercise. And that is what I would recommend. And happy recording, and I will see you next time on Recorder with Miss Clark in my home studio. Y'all have a great time.